engagements, not through violence or war. Make no mistakes about it. The military is on Olu to flush out criminals and mercenaries from the area. So if you know you're a criminal, don't go there. If you know you're a mercenary, don't go there, because the military will flush you out. And that is exactly what we are doing. This brings me to the events of a few days when, on a bright Sunday morning, when most people were busy in churches in devout supplication to God, a former governor of the state decided to take laws into his hands by importing thugs to invade the state. You are aware of the various judicial commissions of inquiry instituted by the defunct government of Right Honorable Emeka Ihedioha. These commissions were set up to investigate what happened in government from 2011 to 2019 because of the petitions and the cries of our people. And these commissions of inquiries, in respect to the award of various contracts, land use, and other related matters, it was very clear that these commissions were set up in response to the hearings of our people. The people saw in black and white that in 8 years of administration of Rochas Okorocha, there was no due process in governance. Contracts were awarded without recourse to due process. Lands belonging to both government and private citizens were forcefully acquired by them and given to themselves and their cronies. The Owerri Master Plan, jealously preserved for years by previous administrations, was recklessly and flagrantly abused by the Okorocha administration. In resume, that era was rightly seen by many as the dark years in the history of governance in Imo State, characterized by lawlessness, abuse of office, ill-informed, audacious attempt to supplant democracy with aristocracy. Against this background, the sentiment then, as it remains now, is that there must be a holistic probe of the administration of Rochas Okorocha. It was only natural, therefore, that when we came on board, we validated the mandate of the commissions of inquiries and conferred legitimacy on them in accordance with the law. I want to leave it on record that some of the dramatic personnel embroidered in the mindless looting of the state approached me to disband the commissions, arguing that it was set up by PDP to witch hunt APC. I politely turned down that request on the grounds that the mood of our people favored the setting up of the commissions. It was later done on me that the earlier show of solidarity I received from these characters, including attending my inauguration and pledging to work with me, was just a small screen to persuade me to disband the commissions. I became curious and wondered why Okorocha and his cronies, instead of going to the commissions to clear their names, rushed to court to vainly try to stop the commissions from doing their jobs. If they were innocent, would they try to get me to stop the commissions? Or would they have gone to court to stop the same purpose? That reminded me of the title of one of the novels by James Hadley Chase, The Guilty Are Afraid. Today, we have the reports of the commissions. The white paper is also out, and it has been gazetted. Our duty remains to ensure faithful implementation of those recommendations. What happened on Sunday, February 21st, was that a man who thinks he is above the law because he ruled Imo State lawlessly gathered thugs to break into a property sealed by the government in accord with a government gazette on the matter, which is protected under the law. This is the same man who broke the law in the first place and has refused to be accountable. He rebuffed every invitation from the commissions to come and answer the charges against him because he believed that he is above the law. Now, because he has become richer than the state government, as he publicly stated recently, he now sees himself as a God who can do and undo at will. And so, with every effrontery, he marched majestically on that fateful Sunday morning with his band of thugs to go and unsee what the government has sealed. Even more disgusting was the fact that he also had the effrontery to tell Imo people that he was unsealing an estate built on a green verge against the master plan worth over 5 billion naira because it belongs to his wife. Quite a pity indeed. Of course, that was the height of insult and assault on not only on Imo people, but also on constituted authority. The security agencies, of course, responded appropriately. It is understandable that some people are angry because we stopped them from foisting a feudal aristocracy in Imo State. But I think it will be a costly mistake for them to allow their frustrations to drive them to lunacy. I don't have anything personal against anybody. I am only here to serve the people of Imo State. One thing that is clear from the reports of these commissions of inquiry are that the suspicion that the patrimony of Imo people was looted by Okorocha and his relations and cronies has been substantiated. The commission reports and recommendations, which has been accepted by the State Executive Council and gazetted in the white paper, provided ample evidence in this regard. So what Okorocha and his band of thugs attempted to do last Sunday was to forcefully torpedo the legitimate outcome of the commissions of inquiry report, which is that Imo property looted or appropriated by him and his cohorts must be recovered from them. Recall that he first went to court to stop the recovery and failed. He approached me to stop the commission of inquiry. I refused. Now he wants to use brute force to hold to what belongs to Imo people. Will you let him? You will not let him. I want to make this very clear. As a government, we will use all legal means to recover every Imo property or wealth. Any man or woman who is in possession of what belongs to Imo people should, for his interests, bring them out now. When I leave office, when I leave this place, if there is anyone taken by me, please feel free to come and recover them. This is my covenant with my God. This is my covenant with Imo people. And indeed, I intend to keep it to the letter. The restoration of a master plan means that those who abuse the processes would be punished. Those who took land from the government and private individuals will be forced to return them to the owners. In short, all looted assets of Imo people must be recovered, and Imo State must be for all Imo people. However, I do recognize that power belongs to the good people of Imo State. As a government elected by the people, I called for this special stakeholders meeting to request to you on this matter. And so, as the stakeholders of Imo State and the voice of our people, I put the question pointedly to you. Do you want us to recover all looted Imo property and wealth? No matter who is involved. Since the answer is yes, I want you to put it down in a resolution right here and now. And I want to assure you that your wish shall be the command of my government. My beloved Ndimo, we have every reason to celebrate God's goodness to us as a state and as a people. We should not be detained by the rabble-rousers and self-imposed emperors who have since lost their kingdom. Through the mercy of God, we have stopped them from conquering our state and taking the citizens as captives. We've stopped the unholy march to feudalism. We've reversed a budding aristocracy that would have made a few the illegitimate landlords of the land that belong to all Imo people and left the rest of us their miserable tenants. Yes, we have every reason to celebrate because we have recovered our state from feudal interlopers and buccaneers. But above all, we now have a government we can proudly call the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We should all now join hands together in one accord and work for the progress and well-being of our people. Imo State is one. Imo State is there to all of us. Whether you are from Owerri zone, whether you are from Olu zone, whether you are from Okigwe zone, Imo State is one united entity that its progress and good existence is there to all of us. Once again, our glorious journey is on course, and our shared prosperity agenda will surely return smiles on the faces of our people. I want to thank you, very grateful from the bottom of my heart for finding time to be here today, and to once more reassure you that Imo State is in safe hands and everything that belongs to us, our commonwealth, will be guided jealously. Thank you, and may God bless all of us.
A standing ovation. While His Excellency is seated, a standing ovation. Put your hands together while he's seated.
You on the live coverage reaching you from the capital city of Imo State, and it is the governor's stakeholder meeting being hosted here by no other person than the governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma. Of course, he had called the meeting to enable his people know what he has been doing for the past 1 year, his policies and programs he has discussed, and also issues concerning security and education he has also led to bear to his people. Governor Hope Uzodinma had laid open his achievements so far in the 1 year he had been in office, and he says he had done so much, opening roads in reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reconciliation, which we call the 3 R's of this government. He said it had been of transparency and accountability, accounting to his people and giving his stewardship to them. The rehabilitation of government house, reconstructing of some social incentive, free buses, service for staff of Imo government, official cars to some executive, constructions of many roads which he had mentioned here, many of them, to include the Tagda Edede Road, Relief Market, Akachi Road, Chukwuma Street, maintenance work going on both in Olo and Okiwe. He also touched the issue of the Judiciary Commission of Inquiry, which had made news so far on the last week in the state, and said he was only acting on what was laid bare by the Judicial Commission, and he is not having any personal issue with the former governor, Rocha Sokorocha. On education, he has excelled too. On his security achievement, he said he is here to make sure that Imo people are safe and will not allow anyone or anybody bring shame and destruction in Imo. You are watching the live program. Please continue to stay.
The best way to demonstrate solidarity and agreement to the governor's address is to go and sign those forms that are going around now. Before on this security, go to your seats, please. Those in front of the governor's seat, go to your seats. The elders, Dr. Julie and her husband, we acknowledge your presence. Bikogan no chunu. Lady Cheryl, to your seat, thank you. His Excellency has seen you, thank you. Odebe, ndewo. Please, the forms are going around. The best thing you can do for the chairman is to please quickly fill the forms while we begin to invite people according to zones for their observations or contributions or questions. Meanwhile, the Secretary to Government of Imo State will confer with the chairman of the occasion and will now take it from there. I want to believe that the forms are going around. The protocol officers, please. It doesn't require noise making, it doesn't require movements except those sharing the forms. This is a world-class speech from a foremost governor of a foremost state. Cheryl Amono is exchanging pleasantry with His Excellency the Governor, the chairman of CAN, all the clergy. We would have thought that those who have the forms, please, this is the time you have. The best thing you can do for us is to make sure your name enters the form. before you leave here. Okay, no, SSG, I'm going to have list. Miko Kaiga will no China Kele the clergy, the Christian Association of Nigeria led by the chairman. Onyo Blagano Chair Biko, can we make progress? Thank you very much, men of God. This happened in your presence. Do us a favor to make sure that you enter your names and signatures in the forms that have been distributed. I thought. Come again. Sorry. I want to believe that the forms are going. Can we please remain in our seats and make progress? Your Excellencies, the stage where we are now is to begin to take contributions. May we not make it rowdy. May we remain where we are.
Everybody should give chance here because I want to remove my mask. Audience, please. Audience, please. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to appeal to you to please go back to your seats. Go back to your seats. There will be ample chance for that greeting. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, while the resolution form is going on, I'd like to identify few individuals that will make comment. You have only 2 minutes to make your comment. And I'm going to put my stopwatch on to make sure you do not exceed 2 minutes allotted to you. I'm going to identify people, 2 persons per zone in the first instance, and give them 2 minutes each. May I call on His Excellency Dr. Douglas Acholono Action, the former Deputy Governor of Imo State, to please come to the microphone and make your 2 minutes comment. Thank you.
Imo Maman Imo kelenu. Okwa governor ajụala nshi ihe a na-eme dịkwa mma isi okwetu ahụ. O metere ya ọfụma. Thank you very much.
The chairman of the occasion, the first speaker, has finished. He has finished the shortest speech, shortest contribution in an event like this ever done. Thank you.
Your Excellency, distinguished brothers and sisters, I'd like to call on Right Honorable K.K. Nwagwu, former Speaker, Imo House of Assembly from Owerri Zone, for 2 minutes comment. Can you allow that man to come, please?
Ndimorien. Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, the Deputy Governor, Mr. Speaker, Chairman of the occasion, very distinguished Imolites. Governor Yekuchana Henoge Eku, and I was when Azo, here no Kuroto Kosishedre, in Imo State, the first time in Imo State, and with a quality infrastructure going on in everywhere in the state. Your Excellency, thank you for that. Secondly, all of us are witnesses to what happened in this state from 2011 to 2019. Sorry? Okay. From 2011 to 2019, where we witnessed the highest level of looting, brazen looting, and all of us kept quiet. One man and his family came here, collected everything from us in the full glare of everybody, and nobody made any comment. This is the time to recover everything. This is the time to recover it. He was the man that propounded the theory of Ohasherism and of Esherism. And that is particular propoundment has caught on him. We shall not allow Rocha Sokorocha, let me mention it, to come to Imo State and be granting press conferences, talking to market women as if there is no governor. We have only one governor in this state. And I believe in this governor. We shall all stand up and fight Rocha Sokorocha at all costs. We can't allow this thing. People should, I don't know whether you appreciate the level of looting that took place in this state. Within 8 years, and we're keeping quiet. Leaders are not talking. People should start talking. This is not a fight between Governor Hope Uzodimma and Senator Okorocha. This is the fight between Imo State and Okorocha. We should come out and fight. What is happening? The Excellency, because from 1999 to 2000, to date rather, I want you to check those that have 2 allocations. Everybody should be entitled to 1 allocation. You can't have 2 allocations. Anybody that has 2 allocations, you revoke 1. If he has built on it, you give serious taxation on it. Let the person pay, or we demolish it. Enough is enough. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to now call on our elder statesman, Professor Maurice Iwu, to make 2 minutes comment. Professor Iwu, please come to the microphone. No, I'm okay.
Igbo Mamano, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, all other protocols duly observed. Let me, for the avoidance of doubt, please warn our people. Ndị Igbo si, onye kwere ka ejiri shie were kụwa aki bekee, mgbe a ga-ata ya ọ ga-anọ nga ahụ. Anyị kwere ka emebiere anyị ala anyị, ihe dị ọjọọ ga-eme anyị. Biko nu, onye kwekwele ka ọgba aghara anọ na Nigeria ụrụ anyị nwa ga-eburu ya n'isi. Ọ ya wụ ihe m sị ka m ji n'aha ndị ọkaigwe anyị that we support wholly in totality the steps taken so far by His Excellency the Governor of Imo State. Ke gbasakwaranụ nwanne anyị nwoke Rochas Okorocha na 5th of January 2018, I led a delegation to him on behalf of Imo Economic Development Council. And I warned him clearly, and it was in papers, that you cannot get away with this rot. And the time of reckoning has come. He will not get away with it. Finally, my brothers and my sisters, there can only be one governor at a time. There can only be one governor at a time. There can only be one person who will lead this state. Ours is to make the best we can do with our governor and give him our maximum support.
Thank you very much, Professor Maurice Iwu. It is my honor to now call on His Excellency Ambassador Greg Mbadiwe to make 2 minutes comment. Ambassador Greg Mbadiwe.
Mr. Chairman of this great occasion, His Excellency Kedio Hakim, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma. Sir, permit me to rest on existing protocols. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Imo, Mamanu, Your Excellency, sir, I wish to convey the deepest appreciation of the members of the Mbadiwe and Odum family of Arondizo on this very wonderful gesture that you have done. This gesture perhaps was due, but it had to take a sagacious governor like you to take this kind of step. And we are extremely very happy. We are happy with the efforts of the State Assembly by passing it into law. We want to also thank the good people of Imo State in no small way for all the outpouring of emotions, happiness, and gratitude to the government of Imo State. I want to say that this is one gift that I have received publicly on behalf of the family that has not elicited even one voice of dissension. I want to thank you all. Above all, Your Excellency, permit me to genuflect in praise and thanks to the Almighty God that in my time, under my watch of my family, such an honor was bestowed to my late father. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Ambassador. Chairman, sir.
Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to call on another elder statesman, our brother and father, OK 2000, OK Tower, Chief Enyogasi, OK 2000, Chief Enyogasi, Diopara Okigwe and Diopara Imo State. Ndewo sir.
Imo State wuchu. Okezuono Irola Governor Yoko Ochineke Tirigunga. Bemuno onye uchi discuss ya. God's case no appear. Manom na here mpa. Guno Yoko with a Okolocha with a misunderstanding. I am the first advocate who told him in Okigwe that he will be prisoned in Benin City, and I will not visit him in Benin City. How can you do government job without due process? How can you pay contractor without certificate? How can you use people on bond to allocate the land for yourself? Imo State says 1 man, 1 plot. If it is so, I have opportunity with Mbakwe to earn 20 plus in Owerri. But we didn't do that. Oyoko, I am appealing to you to make sure School of Engineering, Umuna, is closer to K.O. Mbadi West University. I support you. I thank you for appointing my son, the Speaker of Imo House of Assembly. You have my 100% support. Thank you, Imo people.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. May I now call on Chief Henry Njoko Haritex. 2 minutes comment, please.
Ndimo mmamano because Your Excellency the Governor of Imo State, let me hide under the existing protocols. Please, Your Excellency, everybody know here Ndimo, and the speech he made here, the very wonderful. Okwejoku, and you may adopt speech from A to Z. Your Excellency, the best legacy you will leave for Imo State is to make sure that all the people who look through in Imo State get it on way back, and that's what you are doing. So now, Imo, to go ahead and do what you are doing. God will bless you in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. You kept to time. I'm so pleased with those making comment today. Everybody is keeping to time. That means things are working as planned. May I now call on the former Deputy Governor of Imo State, His Excellency Engineer Eberu Dago, Fellow Society of Engineers of Nigeria, to make 2 minutes comment. Thank you very much.
Imo kwezu onu ya dịrị nwoke mma dịrị nwaanyị mma. Onye isi gọvanọ ekelere gị maka ya adreesị. Ihe m si mee chetara anyị wụsị biko from page 1 to last page, fantastic. But ọ dịghị ebe ekwutere okwu mmiri. Mmiri anọghị n'Owerri, mmiri anọghị n'Ọkigwe, mmiri anọghị n'Ọlụ. So asị m sọ ọ ga-adị mkpa ka ejisi ike cheta okwu mmiri. Ewezụga oxygen, ọ dịghị ihe ọzọ na-eso n'ọwụ mmiri. So biko, while we are working on the roads, already you succeeded there. Jishike make a reactivate our water projects. Ogenyanya Kanaha Jesus.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm now going to reduce the time allotted to people from 2 minutes to 1 minute by the powers conferred on me by this August occasion. I now call on a gentleman, a former Deputy Speaker of Imo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Donatus Ozemena, to please come and make 1 minute remark. Only 1 minute. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, please can I humbly hide under the protocol established? My name is Pharmacist Donatus Ozemena. I came to government in 2011 with this man they called Rochers. I represented the Oru West and I was Deputy Speaker. I am in the good position to talk more about this man if I'm given small time. Your Excellency, Imo, we had the misfortune of having a man who had no respect for due diligence, no respect for principles, no respect for everything he has done, has pecuniary considerations. That is why we found ourselves where we are, 8 years backwards. Your Excellency, in supporting you in what you are doing, I want to give one advice. The man, the former governor, is notoriously courageous. Mark my words, notoriously courageous. In dealing with him, please follow due diligence. He won't go far, he will recover our money. The facts are very much there. Let me give one instance, Your Excellency. He operated without LUAC in land administration in Imo State. But somehow he had the misfortune of making me chairman of LUAC somewhere along the line. The Land Use Act made provisions for LUAC. And in the establishment of that law, LUAC must be considered by, the lawyer must be there, an estate surveyor. He made me a chairman and excluded a lawyer. And I wrote a series of memos. Your Excellency, I cannot operate until you properly constitute LUAC. Remember, in the Land Use Act, whatever you do in land administration without LUAC, it's a null and void, of no effect, it has no basis. That may therefore explains why the committee you set up was able to nullify everything he did because he didn't follow due process. So when he refused, I had to resign from that place and left. Your Excellency, I want to encourage you for the bold steps you are taking to manumit from the shackles of one man's stubbornness and excesses. And of course, Imo people have spoken. They say the voice of man is the voice of God. While we continue to do that, Lord, God will be with you as you do. At the end of your 8 years, I will say one man came, he saw, and he conquered. Congratulations, sir.
Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, many people are wondering why I decided to take up this responsibility, because I want this thing to end as soon as possible. May I now call on His Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Imo State, who just won a landmark case in court some few weeks ago, where his impeachment was upturned by the court of law. Jude Abaso, come and speak to your people.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodimma, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, the Speaker, please may I stand on existing protocol. Your Excellency, today marks a wonderful watershed in the politics and governance of Imo State. Once again, you have honored us. You have given us the opportunity to talk and be listened to. You have spoken to us in a heartfelt manner. You have spoken to us as a governor. You have spoken to us as a leader, you have told us what you are doing. And for that, we are grateful. I am particularly grateful to have you do this great honor to the whole of Imo people. Your Excellency, your government has been a unique one, even in the Nigerian fora. What we usually hear, a new government comes in place, old policies are discarded, new ones, whether they are good or bad, are started. For the first time, we are seeing a government that has critically looked at policies and seen those policies that suit the yearnings and aspirations of Imo people and have adopted them, whether he has agreed with the former leaders or not. The numerous road projects you have outlined here, most of them were our dilapidated, decrepit, ill-conceived, ill-made roads that we have taken on to reconstruct and bring back to the people of Imo for our convenience and enjoyment. Your Excellency, you have taken on the onerous task of instituting due process, instituting the rule of law in governance. I won't want to talk about the former governor, Senator Rochas Okorocha, but his days were very, very dark days. As you spoke, I remember the assizes of 2012, where all the lawyers in Imo State were gathered. The Chief Judge was present. All the members of the Imo State Judiciary were there, plus our invited guests from outside Imo State and within Imo State. The then governor, Senator Rochas Okorocha, gave a more than 45-minute speech on why he abhorred due process, on why he abhorred the rule of law in the presence of the men of law. That day, I almost wept like a child. We went to the government house and I said, Your Excellency, today you have outdone yourself. You have paved the way to go to jail. You have said in public the oath of office you took based on rule of law is null and void, that you will not hold up the laws of the state, the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the man turned, looked me in the face, and told me that what he said was what he believed. That he didn't believe in the rule of law, that his projects, his works will speak for him. And today, there are no works to speak for him. You have gone to what touches Imo people. You have talked about IMSUT. You are restructuring our system, our primary health centers. Our people don't die of big illnesses. Basic things kill us. And I'm happy that you have gone to attack those things. As for the problem of our former governor, Rochas Okorocha, the way we support you today, the way we applaud you today, if you don't get him, we'll be unhappy. We'll be unhappy because he dealt with Imo people very, very sadly, very, very badly. We talk about projects like the Crystal Hotel running into multi-billions of naira, of dollars, that he paid 50% to the contractor in one fell sweep. We talked about the Crystal Hotel, the Princess Hotel in Okigwe. It hasn't crossed foundation. The contractor was paid 50%. The Prince Hotel in Olu has no site. The contractor was paid 50%. The housing, the high-rise housing project at the back of the new Concord area received multi-billions of dollars, 50% of the contract value, and it still hasn't escaped foundation. These were witnesses. In Ama JK, the multi-level car park, these projects are there. They received 50% of contract sum. And we advised, Your Excellency, you can't do this. The contractor must earn certificate. He said, no, I'm in a hurry. I'm your governor that is in a hurry. And today, none of those contracts has seen the light of the day. Human development was stalled. He told us he was going to do a wonderful thing, build 27 general hospitals. If you refer to ESCO records, Your Excellency, I told him we will not have enough sick people in Imo State to occupy 27 general hospitals. We will not have enough doctors. He said he was going to institute health tourism. How can you do health tourism when you don't have roads? How can you do health tourism when you have killed infrastructure? When you have murdered everything that made for progress? Thank you. We support you that you must continue the way God has given you strength to pursue this monster within the ambit of the law. When I read that the High Court of Imo State had given the power to recover those things that he stole, my heart was gladdened. And believe me, Your Excellency, you are not alone. We are with you physically, we are with you in prayer, we are with you in spirit, and you shall succeed. Long live Imo State.
Can you put your hands together again for Judah Basso? Thank you very much. Now, on my list here, I still have more than 18 people on call, but the time is up. Notwithstanding, I think the youths will have to say something. Somebody that is a youth must have to speak. It is my honor also to call on a youth that is also the chairman of CAN in Imo State, Reverend HS, to speak for Christians, speak for youths, speak for women, because the time is up for us. Thank you very much. Reverend HS.
Ndimbo Mamano, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Odidika Ozodimma, permit me to stand on the existing protocols. My heart indeed, and on behalf of the church in Imo State, we are very, 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 very glad to be in this meeting for obvious reasons, and above all, to listen and to hear from His Excellency things done under his watch in the past 13 months of his administration. But I will recall three very major important things. When Jesus Christ came on his earthly ministry, and John the Baptist, the man that was supposed to be the forerunner, he was in prison, and he asked them to go and ask from Jesus if he's the one to come or the one we have already received. And on the delegations were men that followed him. And what Jesus responded and replied to John the Baptist is that, go tell John the Baptist, the blind can see, the lame can walk, and other people who are very, very sick are recovered. I think your work is speaking for you in Imo State. The relief market people are talking about is called the name relief market, and the road. People were not relieved. People were suffering. And going around there, we can see what you have done in that area. We want to also appreciate this government for your due diligence in government, especially in doing what is right for the people of Imo State. The church is very proud of this administration, and the church in Imo State will give you maximum support to ensure that what is right is done. And according to your mantra, to recover, that you recover everything that is meant for Ndimo, for the good of the Imolites, in the name of Jesus. Thank you, and God bless you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the time is fast spent, but I have His Excellency's permission to call on Honorable Miriam Onoha, Member, House of Representatives, to speak on behalf of the women. Honorable Miriam Onoha, please.
Thank you, Your Excellency, former Governor of Imo State and the chairman of this wonderful location. Your Excellency, Governor Hope Uzodimma, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Mr. Speaker, my own brother, for want of time, please, I beg to stand on already established protocol. I speak on behalf of the teeming, beautiful and wonderful Imo women here seated. Ndị Imo na-ekele onye isi anyị na-ekelekwa ndị eze n'ebe a. We want to use this opportunity and this platform to convey to His Excellency that we are proud of him, that truly Imo now has hope, and that hope has come to stay, and that hope is for Imo and hope is for all. The Bible says that when the righteous is in power, the people rejoice. You can see from the faces of everyone here that Imo is actually in joy and the light of God has come. The Bible also says that we should support those in authority, and that's where we are mandated to support His Excellency today and the good works he's doing. I want to thank you for the massive avalanche of employments and appointments you have given to the women. The women have said to thank you for being the most gender-friendly governor, and for that we say thank you, Governor Hope. Thank you for the roads you are doing in Okigwe and Olu. I thank you very much. The Bible says that we have come to pursue, to overtake, and to recover all. Have I spoken your mind? Have I spoken your mind? Amen.
Gradually coming to the end of the ceremony. I want to appeal to those still standing up to please sit down. I am going to make a remark now, after which His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of the state, will do a 30 seconds vote of thanks. And we will all leave here to go and begin to ponder. Your Excellency, Omunam Ndimo, yes? Give me 1 second. There are issues raised by comments made by people here, which I will list here for His Excellency to note. Some other people listed their comments and gave to me. After that, I'm going to give you a takeaway. What are you taking away from this ceremony, this meeting? While that is going on, I would like the protocol officers to please collect the forms distributed to people for filling. Collect all those forms. I would like to see all the forms collected. Now, Your Excellency, people have inquired here that your comment, you need to tell Imo people what you will do with the white paper on contracts that they are yet to see. The white paper on contracts, that's one. Number two, the 26 abandoned so-called general hospitals and other abandoned projects littering everywhere, Princess Hotel, and so on and so forth. Your Excellency, you must have to take those hospitals back and then do something with them. Now, I wrote that Your Excellency, the new government house called Area P, which was presently taken over by individuals, that Your Excellency must tell Imo people what you would do with Area P and the Area R. A former deputy governor also advised His Excellency to please focus also on provision of water as we are providing roads for the people of Imo State. Now, Your Excellency, as a closing remark, I would like to thank you immensely for this wonderful meeting. Yeah, I have been reminded that a traditional ruler will have to make a comment. And I've been asked to call Ezokeke to please make 2 minutes remarks before I conclude.
Maduba, known as Odebube, it's a pleasure to have you. An overview of the Republic means all the infrastructural development, and the unison in Imo people's voices.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we are generally happy that His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo, the distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, invited us to come and listen to his report card. He has presented a fantastic one, great information, all the roads that are going on, the one that have been completed, the information have been made available to us, all the other infrastructural programs he is doing, all of them have been explained to us. And we have, as a matter of fact, adopted the document he presented as a speech from page 1 to the last page, because everything is said, they made a lot of sense to us. And we have collectively agreed to continue to give him the required support for him to be able to achieve even more than he has stated. In the issue of recovery, it is just very clear that no governor that is responsible, that is responsive to the demands of his people will keep quiet when this type of situation has played out. The former governor almost took everything that belonged to all of us collectively. Our general interest, he took it into his own personal use, and the Imo people generally have been very, very worried about that. Now that the due process has been followed, they have gone through the committees, and the government have gazetted the information so gathered. Now it is time for implementation, and the governor is willing and ready to do what the Imo people have mandated him to do. So we are happy that the situation is progressing according.
All right, okay, that's the voices of the Imo people being represented here by Chief Cosmo of Maduba on the live program reaching you from the network service of the NTA. I am Adauke thanking you on behalf of everyone and the crew who had worked so hard. And the governor of Imo State has given his scorecard today. We hope that